S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard. On the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Million beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
On 1st and 10, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. The 30, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 76 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point try good by Gano, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And all the way down to the 12. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Carolina. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. 2nd and inches.
On 2nd and very short, Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. 11 yards and a Panther first down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Newton, and that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Here's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
We know that Gano has that big leg. He had the longest made field goal in the NFL last year, 63 yards to beat the Giants in Week 4. That was the longest game winner in NFL history, and he converts from long here again.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down gets them a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, check. 55. 55.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He completes this to Sutton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Play action. It's Jackson. Green brings it in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a run with McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Newton now to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he gets Takes this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. A little 360. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Gano the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down
and a big loss here as he's taken down. K1 short. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Jackson. And now he'll tuck it in. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Newton. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Check 53. Switch up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Newton. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jackson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 81 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Jackson from the gun. He'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And nothing but daylight ahead. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Seth DeValve, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 2nd and inches, Newton. That's going to be caught. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Newton now to throw. Dancing to his left. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That one goes for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. I was going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. He's going to look deep for more. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here? And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team is...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Gerald McCoy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson from the shotgun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Evans. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be 1st and 10, Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
35 to Mike.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. One last shot for Jackson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.